On a bright and sunny day, Miffy's teacher told the class, "Tomorrow we are going to learn about the seasons of the year. Spring, summer, autumn and winter." Miffy and Melanie rode home from school on their scooters. They enjoyed the fine sunny weather. But suddenly dark clouds appeared and it started raining. They had no umbrellas with them, so they hid under a tree. The rain only lasted a short time, and soon they were on their way again. But then it began to get very windy. It was difficult to ride their scooters in such a strong wind. Miffy said, "Our clothes are not warm enough for this cold wind, Melanie. We must try to get home soon." And just as they got to Miffy's house, it began to rain again. It was so cold that the rain changed to snow. Both girls were glad to be inside, where it was nice and warm. They wondered how there could be so many changes in the weather so quickly. The next day at school, her teacher told the class, "Each year is divided into 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn and winter. This is a picture of spring," she said. "What happens in the spring?" Aggie raised her hand. "I think that spring is when the flowers grow," she said. Winnie said, "Yes, that's because the sun is getting warmer. Everything grows in the spring." "That's right," said the teacher. "What about summer?" Now Melanie raised her hand and said, "I love the summer because it is nice and hot and I can go swimming." Melanie loved to play on the beach. "Yes," said the teacher. "The summer is the warmest season of the year. But after the summer comes autumn. What do you think happens then?" Miffy said, "In the autumn, the wind blows, it gets colder, and all the leaves fall off the trees. And then everyone knows that the winter is coming." "Very good," said the teacher. "And what happens in the winter?" Miffy said, "Well, I have to wear my warm clothes because the winter is very cold and usually there is a lot of snow." "You are smart little bunnies," said the teacher. After school, Miffy said to Melanie, "I wonder what season it is now." Melanie started to laugh. "I think that we're having all the seasons right now. Yesterday it was sunny, then it rained, and then it snowed." "Yes," said Miffy. "We had a whole year's seasons in just one day." And they both laughed. "You have so many wonderful tools, Grandpa," said Miffy. In Grandpa Bunny's workshop, there were hammers and a saw and other special tools. "Will you show me how to make something with your tools, Grandpa?" asked Miffy. Grandma Bunny was surprised. "I thought I'd teach you how to bake a cake today," she said. There were so many interesting things to do when Miffy visited her grandparents that Miffy didn't know which to do first. "Well, some little bunnies like to learn how to sew or do things in the kitchen," said Grandpa. "But they can also learn how to make things with tools. In fact, It's the same thing, said Grandma Bunny. Whether you bake a cake or make a bookshelf, you have to put certain things together. I know what to do, said Miffy. I will bake a cake and I will make a wooden box to put the cake in. That's a wonderful idea, said Grandpa Bunny. First you can make the cake, and then we will know how big to make the box. I will bring it home to Mother and Father as a present, said Miffy. Miffy went into the kitchen with her grandma. She began to put together everything she would need to make a cake. First, we must measure the right amount of flour and sift it into a mixing bowl, said Grandma Bunny. Then we must prepare the eggs, milk, sugar and chocolate powder in just the right amounts and mix them together. Miffy used special measuring cups to be sure she used the right amount of each ingredient. It was all written in Grandma's cookery book. When everything was mixed together, the cake mixture was ready to be baked. Miffy poured the mixture into a special round cake tin. She measured the tin with Grandma's ruler. Then it went into the hot oven. Now Miffy was ready to make the box for the cake. She told her grandpa how big the cake would be, and he showed her how to use the same ruler to measure the wood for the box. She marked the wood at just the right length and used one of Grandpa's clamps to hold each piece to his workbench. The clamp held the wood steady, so Grandpa could saw each plank to the right size. Miffy liked to see Grandpa working with the saw, back and forth until it cut right through the wood. Now she had pieces of wood for the bottom and the top of the box, and for the 4 sides. She used a hammer and some nails, and together they nailed all of the pieces together. Just as the box was finished, Miffy smelt something delicious in the air. "The cake is ready," called Grandma Bunny from her kitchen. "It has finished baking." What a beautiful cake! And how lovely it smelt when Grandma took it out of the oven. "Look," said Grandpa Bunny. "It fits perfectly." When Miffy arrived home that day, she was a very proud little bunny. She had learnt that careful work and putting the right things together could make a delicious cake or a beautiful box. Father Bunny and Mother Bunny were very proud of her. "I have a surprise, Mother," said Miffy. "A very nice surprise. Do you want to guess where my surprise is hidden?" "Oh, yes. I think it's in your room," said Miffy's mother. So they went to Miffy's room. "Is your surprise here?" asked her mother. Miffy laughed. "No, no, no," she said. Said Mother Bunny. "Maybe it's here." "No, no, no," said Miffy. "My surprise is not hidden in my room." "Maybe it's in the kitchen," said Miffy's mother. "Let's go and have a look." Miffy's mother looked into the kitchen cupboard. She looked all around the kitchen. Miffy danced and laughed. "No, no, no! It's not in here," she said. "Let's go and look in the garden then," said Mother Bunny. So they went outside. Miffy's mother looked all around the garden. "I can't see any secret out here," she said. "My surprise isn't out here," said Miffy. She was having great fun with her mother. Then along came Snuffy. She barked happily when she saw Miffy. "Well," said Mother Bunny, "where is your surprise? If it's not in your room, and it's not in the kitchen, and it's not in the garden, then where could it be?" Miffy said, "Let's go inside the house and I'll show you." Finally, Miffy said, "It's in my school bag." But her school bag wasn't there. "Oh dear," said Miffy. "In my school bag was a drawing I made for Father. I wanted to surprise him and put the drawing under his pillow. But now it has gone." Just then, Snuffy started to bark. Snuffy was carrying Miffy's school bag. "Aha," said Miffy's mother. "You must have dropped it on your way home. Shall we have a look at your drawing now?" "It is beautiful," said Mother Bunny. "Your father will be very surprised to find it." "It's such fun to have a surprise," said Miffy. "Thank you, Snuffy, for finding it." One sunny afternoon, Miffy was at the beach with her father. She had been swimming in the sea. She came out of the water and dried herself with her pretty blue towel. Now she wanted to sit down in the sun and read her book. "You must be careful of the hot sun," said Father Bunny. "If you want to read, then you should lie in the shade." So Miffy found a shady place next to a colourful tent. She read a few pages of her book, but then the owners of the tent folded up the tent and left the beach. "Oh dear," thought Miffy. "Now I must find another shady place." "I know," said Father Bunny. "We have a beach umbrella in our car. I will get it." He put the beach umbrella in the sand. Once again, Miffy could sit down in the shade. But after she had read just a few pages, the umbrella suddenly snapped shut. Father Bunny tried very hard to open it again. "I forgot to mend the umbrella, Miffy," Father Bunny said. Just then, a large cloud floated across the sky and blocked the sun. Miffy laughed. "Now the whole beach is in the shade," she said. But soon the cloud drifted away, and Miffy was in the hot sun again. There was nothing else to do but cover herself with her pretty blue towel. But there was a strong breeze, and the towel blew away. "Oh no!" said Miffy. She didn't know what to do next. By this time, the sun was going down. "Now there is no problem, Father," said Miffy. "It will soon get dark." "Yes," said Father Bunny. "The hot sun is going down, but that also means that it's time to go home." Miffy was sorry that she had to go home, but she laughed at how difficult it was to stay out of the sun at the beach. She climbed into her father's car, and as he drove them home, she fell fast asleep and dreamt of the bright yellow sun. Miffy and Melanie were walking home from school, and Melanie said,
"Miffy, tomorrow is the last day of school before our summer holiday. Shall we make a present for our teacher?"
"Oh, yes," said Miffy.
"I will ask my mother to give me a flower pot, and I will paint a nice design on it."
"Good," said Melanie.
"And I will make some pretty paper flowers to go into your pot."
"Yes," said Miffy.
"That way our present will be from both of us together."
So the two little girls went home, each to make their part of the present. Miffy painted a lovely heart on her flower pot, and Melanie made some beautiful paper flowers. The next day, the two girls walked to school with each of their presents wrapped in gift paper. When the school class started, the teacher said, "Dear children, today is the last day of school before our summer holiday, so this will be a special day." Miffy and Melanie raised their hands.
"We would like to give you a present," said Miffy. "Melanie and I have made something special just for you."
"Oh, how nice of you," said the teacher. "What a wonderful surprise." First, Miffy gave the teacher her present. The teacher unwrapped it very carefully. "What a lovely flower pot, Miffy. Did you paint it yourself?" Then Melanie came forward and gave her present to the teacher. When the teacher unwrapped it, she said, "How thoughtful! Lovely flowers to go into a lovely flower pot." She was very pleased and thanked both girls. "Now," said the teacher, "it's time for us to all go out and have fun in the playground." So all the children had lots of fun on their last day of school. Miffy and Melanie played on the seesaw, and while they were going up and down, Melanie pointed to the schoolroom window, which was lined with real flowers in real flower pots.
"At the end of each school year, each of us has to take home one of the real flower pots and take care of it until school starts again," said Melanie.
"I wonder which of the pots we shall get," said Miffy. When they all returned to the classroom, the teacher said, "And now, children, I will give you each one of the flower pots to take home." And she began to hand each pupil one of the flower pots. When Melanie and Miffy left the classroom, they looked back and saw the teacher putting the pot with paper flowers in the windowsill.
Because our flowers aren't real, they could stay in the classroom all summer, said Miffy. Now everyone has some lovely bright flowers, even the classroom.
Miffy, 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 run! With her friends she's having fun. Snuffy, Grunty, Boris Bear, Poppy Pig,